44 mag and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cat pillar, 'cause I'm a natural born killer.
Chicago police and Cook County prosecutors on Wednesday, February 26, 2025, announced new charges brought against a goofy who allegedly carried out a number of serial killings on the city's southwest side in 2020, when he was 17 years old. Anronio Reyes, now 21, has been in the Cook County Jail since December 2020, already charged with one killing earlier that year. This week, CPD detectives and Cook County prosecutors accused Reyes of carrying out 5 more killings between March and November 2020. This is the Cartoon News Network with our featured presentation, Natural Born Killer, the Anronio Reyes story.
The 5 murders he was charged with yesterday include the murder of a 31-year-old male victim in the 2600 block of West 59th Street on March 2nd, 2020. The murder of a 21-year-old male victim in the 4100 block of South Sacramento on April 5th, 2020. He was also charged with the attempted murder of an additional victim in this incident. The murder of a 16-year-old male victim in the 5200 block of South Holman on May 1st, 2020. The murder of a 31-year-old male victim in the 5400 block of South Holman on November 8th, 2020. He was also charged with the attempted murder of 3 additional victims. The murder of a 20-year-old male in the 4700 block of the 4700 block of West 59th Street on November 9th, 2020. I specifically want to speak to the shooting from November 8th, 2020. The 3 attempted murder charges are for children between the ages of 3 and 9. These children were in a vehicle with the adult victim who was killed in a barrage of bullets. The murder he was initially charged with and being held in Cook County Jail for was a 26-year-old male victim in the 5800 block of South Rockwell Street on June 24th, 2020. This speaks to the level of disregard this offender had toward human life. It's difficult to comprehend how anyone could easily take someone's life, and especially so many, in 1 year.
With the 44 mag and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cat pillar, 'cause I'm a natural born killer.
I touch you with a 44 mag and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cat killer, 'cause I'm a natural born killer.
It's sad. It's sad to think about a 17-year-old committing serial murders over the course of 9 months. How many people were taken? Defendant Anronio Reyes was already awaiting trial on murder and attempt murder charges. While he was in custody for those charges, he allegedly tried to kill his cellmate with a shank and has charges pending there as well. Today, there's 5 additional murder charges against Anronio Reyes. If I could add on to what the superintendent just told us about the information that we know already, 1 victim was killed when he went to the gas station to buy a pop early one evening. Another victim was sitting in a parked car with a friend on Palm Sunday afternoon when he was shot and killed. Another victim's only crime was taking his family to buy a new puppy one afternoon. He was shot and severely wounded in front of his 3 children, and he succumbed to his injuries months later. None of these people had ever met Anronio Reyes before, and there's no reason to suspect Anronio Reyes had any reason to target them. But that's exactly what he did.
That's insane. Anronio Reyes was out on these streets killing strangers. Crazy work, right? All told, Reyes is charged in 7 separate shootings that all occurred between March and November 2020. Reyes has remained in Cook County Jail since December 2020. It was then that he was charged with killing Luis Davalos Garcia, 26, 6 months earlier, and wounding another man in yet another shooting, in November 2020. The victim in the non-fatal shooting told investigators that he had never met Reyes before. During his initial court appearance on those charges, Cook County prosecutors said surveillance footage showed a distinctive Lincoln MKZ with a baby on board placard, and a temporary license plate, driving to and from the scene of the Davalos Garcia killing. That footage, it's alleged, showed a laser pointing into the victim's vehicle before several muzzle flashes. CPD officers assigned to the Chicagoland district later encountered the Lincoln on 2 occasions, but the driver was able to evade capture. Police later arrested another person in the Lincoln, and that person told authorities that Reyes was the driver and that he tossed the gun out the window on Lakeshore Drive. A week later, investigators recovered a handgun with a laser sight on the median. Ballistics tests showed the weapon had a high correlation to the shell casings found at the scene of the Davalos Garcia killing, according to prosecutors. During a December 2020 court hearing, Reyes' attorney denied the allegations and said there were no direct witnesses to the homicide, no video of the shooter's face, and no way of knowing if the gun on video with Reyes was the same murder weapon. He also cast doubt on the second victim's positive identification of Reyes, noting the gunman was wearing a face mask during the shooting. So, Anronio Reyes was out here on these streets, chasing clout by killing innocent people. And of course, nowadays, the goofy implicated himself on social media.
And I also want to note that the offender's social media footprint was fairly significant. And so part of this investigation was being able to take some of those social media postings and link it to some of the incidents that were happening.
Kevin Beasley, Cook County Chronicle. Was there any connection between any of the victims? Were they just randomly targeted? Or were there confrontations that happened?
At this point, we don't have any information that the victims were connected.
Good morning, Mayor Kawash, ABC 7 Chicago. So with that said, are you looking for any other offenders that may have been involved in these shootings, or did he act alone? Any gang activity that you know of?
At this point, several of these cases we are considering as closed. We're also going to continue to look at additional cases to see associates that he may have been with and their role in those incidents. The important thing is the facts that we were able to collect at this point specifically led to being able to identify this offender as the one who ultimately pulled that trigger and ended these innocent people's lives.
With the phony mag and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cap pillar, 'cause I'm a natural born killer.
I touch you with a 44 mag and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cat killer, 'cause I'm a natural born killer. And I'm the unforgiving, psycho-driven murderer. It's authentic, don't panic. I can't stand it, goddamn it, schizophrenic. So fuck Charlie Manson. I'll snatch him out his truck, hit him with a brick and I'm dancing. Mass murderer, natural born killer. And I don't wanna die. I don't